Cowboy Carter, time to strike a match and light up this juke joint.
We had the privilege of being able to attend Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour Night 1 in Chicago, and a time was had.
A time was had. This was actually my first time in Chicago. As you can see, I've left my voice there, but it was a beautiful city. Thoroughly enjoyed my time. So I just want to shout Chicago out. All right, thank you for having the twins.
And even more special, it was also our first time seeing Beyonce, which is kind of crazy because we've been fans for a long time.
Since I was a babe. Cowboy Carter is definitely a very special show. I feel like it's very personal, you know, to Beyonce with all the detail that went into it. So I'm happy that this was our first one.
Yeah.
You know, we got to see Blue, we got to see Ruby. It also was an incredible set list. Okay, I feel like if you're a Beyonce fan, you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It felt so special to be in the same stadium as Queen Bee. So we thought it'd be cool to just talk about our experience with you guys. But before that, we do want to thank you all for the birthday wishes. Ironically, the show kind of fell 3 days before our birthdays, so we kind of treated this like a birthday trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for all your love, support, enthusiasm. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, no, very appreciative. Felt all the love, so thank you.
We went with a few of our closest friends, and just the experience of getting ready, the excitement of knowing where we're going, trying to make sure that we got that Texan flair.
Yeah.
Sick.
So let's talk about getting to the Soldier Field Stadium, okay? I just want to say this. Chicago does not play about Beyonce.
No.
That traffic was absolutely insane. The Uber drive was an hour minimum. Okay, there was just a lot going on. So Uber driver actually ended up, he was like, I'm just dropping y'all here. Like, y'all might as well walk it. So as soon as we got out the car, you see everybody in the cowboy getup. And it was so cool. A sense of like, I know where I'm going. I'm home. I'm home. I mean, we took pictures with people on the side of the road just because it was like, you look good, you look good. Right. I don't know, the energy was just there. So walking into the stadium, the first thing we saw was the merch line outside. Woo!
I'm surprised we got shirts.
We said, let's skip this. If anything, if it's meant to be, we'll come back. So we go through and boom, we're met with another merch line, much shorter. So of course, you know, we have to grab our shirts. Let's book it to these seats.
We sat in the 100 section, I think about 122. Which was a really good spot because you could see the entire stage, all the screens. You could still see her. Another really cool thing is all through the stadium, we actually got to meet some of you, all right? So I just want to shout out everybody that we got to meet. Thank you guys so much for your support as well. Y'all all looked great. Hope you enjoyed the show. So we got there really early, like 4 or 5, right? The show was supposed to start at 7, but we saw a notice that the show wasn't going to be starting till 9 due to a weather delay.
Yeah.
Chicago, that wind.
Tornado warning.
The tornado warning, yeah. Cowboy hats were flying, people were chasing.
Then it got dark. And then we just kept seeing really big lightning strikes.
Yeah.
And then the thunder hit. So at some point we're like, all right, we're feeling the rain. So it's like, all right, let's see what happens. Then, of course, the big announcement, everybody's gotta leave the stadium, go under covering. So it was like, oh, okay.
Is this gonna happen?
And it sucks because it was like, dang, this is our first time seeing Beyonce, like, so super hype. And it was like, the idea of the show not happening was like heart-wrenching, but we tried to keep a good spirit.
But we trust in Beyonce because we then saw the crew on the stage, setting up, getting ready. Next thing we knew, we were back in our seats and the show was starting.
I never ran to a seat so fast. So we get there and of course she opens the show with American Requiem, which fitting. First of all, seeing her
in that gold, the stadium was roaring.
I'm staring at you like you're a real living human. Like it's just such a weird feeling. So does that and then goes into the Star Spangled Banner, which of course if you understand kind of the history of how Cowboy Carter was created and like this tour was very intentional and historical, right? And then of course to go into one of my favorite songs on the album, Ya Ya, and then the piano like lighting on fire and like doing the thing of the cigar. It was a great opening. It really set the tone and energy for the rest of the show.
Very theatrical. She's a great performer. She feels the music when she's performing it. And the facial expressions, just like watching that on those big screens. Like watching a real star in action. It was inspiring, truly.
Great. And the one thing I am going to point out with this entire show, those interludes, oh my God. The cinematography, that's the finest. The one that stuck out to me is what is happening to country music. And I love how it was all those newscasters, everything, bashing Beyonce about, you know, going country and then to tie that into America Has a Problem. Again, like I said, it was very intentional.
Then of course, My House Always Goes Up. That was a moment in the stadium. Another really cool thing was the wristbands we all got that were coordinated lights. They had lights on them and it was coordinated to the music. And little moments that would happen, like when Blue came out, all the wristbands went blue.
Yeah.
So that was really fun to see around the stadium. It was packed. Speaking of Blue, I want to speak on Protector. That was a beautiful moment. It was so nice to see not only Blue, but also Rumi come out. She's so excited and full of life. It was adorable to see, you know, and that's a lineage right there too. There was a moment where Blue's earring got stuck in Beyonce's hair, and to see her, I didn't even notice actually.
Me either.
Until I watched it back. To see Blue's professionalism, I just want to commend her because that was quick.
Yes.
All right, you can see that she's being trained by the best. I don't know too many kids that would have played it off like that, but
she played it off so
seamlessly.
Well, obviously, you know, she came out during Renaissance and so y'all dogged her, right? But it's like, y'all really got to think about that's a 12, 13-year-old girl that's in front of 70,000 people. But I love that she didn't let that get her down. Fully took it, said, okay, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna train with the actual dancers. I'm gonna be in rehearsal. Yeah. So then to see her for Cowboy Carter, that Deja Vu solo,
incredible.
That walk, her mother's child.
She was literally keeping up with all the dancers to her. Sometimes I couldn't tell which one was Blue. She was killing it.
Yes.
So for any of y'all that were hard on a child, shame on you. Like, honestly, that's weird. A lot of y'all couldn't do that if y'all tried. So just want to shout out Blue.
Another beautiful moment was Flamenco. Okay, I think it's a very underrated song on the album, but to have the dancer, to have the violin, like, that was a moment. I think one of my favorite parts of the entire show, though, was River Dance into Two Hands to Heaven into Tyrant. With the album, I was talking with a friend, we were saying that that's the only way to do it because that section of the album, it has to flow. So, and Two Hands to Heaven is my favorite song on the album. So, just that moment, I literally, like, threw my phone at Jordan and was like, record. I can't record. Like, I have to be in the moment. Like, this is me and Beyonce's moment right here. So, I just want to say that that was a cool moment. And it was great to see those songs live.
Absolutely. I'm a Tyrant stan, so I needed to hear that live. Her on the Bull, I thought that was such a genius idea. And I agree with you. Like, that's the only way to perform those songs. Like, you had to seamlessly put them together. Beyonce's always been so great at transitions. Blending her songs. You never know what to expect. And she does these transitions and these mixes that I don't think my brain would even put together. The little elements that she adds. I had to watch back because there's an art to that. Being able to hear, this song would fit here. It really gives you a taste of all of her albums.
It does. Now, she's dead wrong for Teasing Freakum Dress.
Oh, but I think she knows how badly everyone wants to hear that song, so she gotta play. Levi's Jeans is another one of my favorite songs, along with Sweet Honey Bucket. That whole dance break at the point of the stage, of the star. Epic. But I have to talk about Act 5. I call that the hit section. That was just amazing. Obviously, if you don't go to every single tour, there's a chance you're not gonna hear certain songs. But for this to be my first Beyonce concert and to hear Crazy in Love, Irreplaceable, If I Were a Boy, Love on Top,
Single Ladies.
I was having an out-of-body experience because those are specific songs that I grew up. Right? Those were some of the first introductions I had to music.
Even Diva.
I'm so glad Diva's had a resurgence. It's always been one of my favorites. Y'all won't stop doing that to I'm Sasha Fierce, by the way. That section of the concert was insane.
After hit.
Mixed with newer songs like Bodyguard. Right? Cuff It was in there.
Cuff It, Jolene. It was such a good section. It was like
the horseshoe.
Dang, like Beyonce girl, you got hits.
And she did a great job of exploring the stadium. She didn't just stay on the stage. She had the horseshoe to another corner.
Right? From like Cuff It.
That whole thing.
The salon area.
The salon,
it was cool. It was
awesome.
But she said it during the concert that she made it a point to get closer to everybody. So that's why when you said it was a very personal concert to her, you felt that.
And I loved that she took time to speak to the audience. She addressed the weather delay. She was grateful for that because, you know, it's true. Nobody had to really stay, but everyone did.
The interlude, This Is Theater, was incredible. I think you literally hear me recording say, oh my God, she's gorgeous. But then to see Daughter live in that LED dress, and first of all, those operatic vocals. What?
She's still surprising me to this day with her voice.
That's a hard song to sing.
Hard.
Like,
and
oh
my
my God.
Michael's on. Now, because we started so late, I didn't know if a certain section was gonna be cut. It was not. We got the Renaissance section. We got I'm That Girl, Cozy, and Alien Superstar, and you knew it was coming. You got the arms, the blanket, all right? This was our Renaissance, right? I feel like that's probably the most prominent part of that tour. So to still be able to get that live, it makes up for not being able to go the first time. So I love that she brought that back because There are 3 acts.
I knew something's about the tour, so it didn't click for me at first. And then when I heard these, I said, "Oh, she's the
welcome back.
Welcome back
to the Renaissance."
Probably the most like touching moment, I guess, was the end. 16 carriages. To see her just going off in that car.
She lifted in a car and went around the entire stadium. And I don't want to come across as corny or anything like that, but when you experience something like this, right, we are inspired.
Yeah.
Right? As artists ourselves, but, you know, as fans, when we are seeing this done, it was deeper than just, oh my God, we're seeing Beyonce. There was a time where black people, black women could not do this.
Yeah.
She is doing this on one of the biggest scales ever.
Yeah.
So to see that, be experiencing that as two black men that love music, this was more than just seeing, oh, your favorite artist. You could tell that this is years of work, years of fighting through, right? Blood, sweat, and tears for real. That's why those interludes hit the way that they do. The interlude where it was flipping through all of her music videos.
My absolute favorite
one.
My favorite one.
You could see it, and it's like, it all amounted to this.
To this moment
and
right here.
The song 16 Carriages, what she's talking about. Like, I think the message underlining it all is that life is worth living. It's worth it to keep going.
Even Amen, it's just that it was full circle for her, but it was also full circle for our inner kids. But then also to watch that interlude and be like, I remember that. It's like, I really grew up with you. Yeah. Like, that's insane. But I also put myself in their shoes and I'm like, what the hell does that feel like?
Right.
Like, what does that feel like?
The magnitude of that alone.
The tour as a whole, so glad. The whole experience is just amazing. It's impeccable show. She is the best performer of our generation.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, if you can't see that with televised performances, go see her live.
Go see her live. Everything from the music to her performance, but to the detail of the show, how everything runs, the message that she's portraying, you know, it just, you can't deny it. Overall, if it isn't clear already, we love the show. We love Beyonce. Thank you for just being you. Thank you for being an example. Thank you for inspiring. Thank you for continuing to keep art alive. There are so many art forms involved in this show, and thank you for finding new ways to keep us entertained.
It's true. If you haven't already, or if you're still thinking about it, please go see the show. And if you have seen the show, let us know about your experience down below in the comments.
I'm still holding on to hope. I want to hear Halo live. If you enjoyed watching us, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. That way you know when we upload, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.